Welcome back, everybody. After taking a long awaited rest in my lovely bed, I felt like I was kind of in a dream at the end of that one. So let's just reflect on that, shall we? What do we have going on in today's episode? There's a lot of things that we want to touch bases on, and quite a few things that I want to achieve essentially, but not a lot of time to do it in. So let's get started. First thing is clearing out all of these creepers. Like so. We tend to have quite a few problems over here with lighting, and I have to be honest, when I first looked at this place, there was two things that come to mind. One would be a mine, the other would be the message board. Now, when I think about it logically, I think this would be better for a mine shaft, whereas this area over here would be very ideal for a message board. Something that's a bit more achievable. You know, you're stepping up to somewhere where there would be a goal, and essentially achieving that goal. So something I didn't touch base on was there was a lot of change since the last episode, in the sense of we've got a lot of trees just popped up randomly overnight, and I have a lot more resources gathered in my base, and a lot has changed in here too. And that's because I actually did a live stream over on my Twitch channel and my Facebook page. All links will be down in the description. But we actually took on an adventure with the guys that are also on this server. So if you do ever want to check that out and be more involved, by all means go over to those links and obviously hit the follow button, so then you get a notification when we go live. Just to give you a update if you didn't catch that episode, we essentially went on a little bit of an excavation, and that was kind of the related images that were on the last episode. And we basically went on a manhunt, we gathered up resources, we hit a dungeon, we hit ravines, and it was just a good old time with a bunch of good people on the server. It was just a really good adventure. So yeah, definitely check those out. I sadly didn't get any recordings of there, but we essentially got some screenshots, and that's what I kind of wanted to showcase here. I guess we kind of get cracking on the billboard, and I'll explain a little bit more. Just before I was about to start building, I look up and I noticed this big guy. So I've got to be careful of him. I don't want him swooping down and taking me out, but I feel like we're in a safe position. I've been here for a couple of minutes now, and I don't think he's... Oh no. Do I like the look? That is the question. I mean, it looks the part, but I don't think I like this. So I'm going to remove that. Alright. And then here I could have more of these. And then here I could probably have some hanging lamps. I think that would look better. All in all. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that. And then potentially... What do you guys think? I'm not too sure on what I just did there. I think the original looked better. Leave a comment down in the comment section below if you think I should probably put the original back or just leave it like that. Honestly, I'm probably going to put the original back for now, but we can always change that, right? So I'll keep all of those logs, and you guys let me know down in the comment section, and if I get any feedback, then we can always change it again. For now, I think I'm just going to stick with the original because it kind of looked good, you know. So yeah, I like the look. I do like the look. It fits the area really nice, and with the theme that I kind of want to go with. I want to start embedding wooden designs. So let's just kind of make this here, the roof, should we say, implemented into this brick wall, so it doesn't look kind of out of place. Let me just kind of do this, I guess. Amazing. So yeah, that really does fit the kind of theme that I wanted to go for. I definitely want to potentially mine out all of this and put dirt here now, and then I'll probably make a stone brick pathway going down, just to make it kind of fit the terraforming that I have in mind. I just realized I haven't got a pick, so I'm going to get a pick, mine out the rest of this, and make the pathway here. I'll do that now and then come back. See, the thing with this mod pack, it never ceases to amaze me. I'm walking around and next minute all I hear is a wolf howling in the distance. How amazing is that? But that's one of the things. And on top of that, I've got fish currently swimming up a waterfall. How awesome is that too? So I've had to go and collect myself a bunch of gravel just to finish off the build, just to make it a little bit aesthetically pleasing. But there seems to be a zombie up here, so I've got to go careful. Obviously, we had a wraith come down and almost attack us from the last night, so I've got to be careful with the daytime nighttime cycle, because I may have one of them populate again. So we just got to be careful there. But in hindsight, we have kind of almost finished with this build, I would consider, at least. I'm just kind of going through and just adding those finishing touches essentially to the build. Now I do want to exceed it off this way, because eventually we will start to make a path down to what I'd consider the garden area, but that's for later, I guess. For now, I really want to make some coarse dirt and kind of patch in a couple of these greener areas, just so it gives it a little bit of breakage from the green to the gravel kind of look to here. And then I also want to put some bushes and maybe some plantation around this area, and maybe even some fences, just to separate it a little bit, and it kind of just gives it a little bit of a border. On top of that, I still need to add some torches here. As you can see, it's quite dark out and we definitely need to light up this whole area. And yeah, I think we just get cracking. Note to self for future builds: make sure I put them on the top of the surfaces and not on the wood itself, otherwise that happens. And I don't really want to be wasting wood all the time, just because it needs to be replaced with wood. You get me? Okay, I really want to show you guys before it gets daylight, because I think it looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, we gotta see. How cool does this look? Right? I'm not the only one thinking the same thing. Now, I didn't think it was going to come out this good looking until it was kind of done. Like, wow, what a transformation from something very flat and plain to something like this. It's just, yeah, I have to be honest, it's actually taking me away into some sort of different land. It looks and feels like a totally different place, like it's built up. The area was originally here, and you know, it just really fits in. So I think the next step is, I feel like there's a bit of lighting missing from here. Now, just to counteract that for the time being, I think we're just going to pop that there. You know, it kind of doesn't really fit, but it fits with the theme in a sense. So I'm kind of just going to rock with it, just being there. But yeah, I think eventually I want to put something here. But how about we don't talk about ideas? How about we actually make those ideas become potential realities? Now, that's the whole purpose of this board. I said in the last episode, I tend to get sidetracked, and that's where I come up with all these ideas and I float them out there, but I never actually fulfill them. So this is where this notice board was kind of the most important and key aspect, including before my base. Because here's my plan. I already have some. This is my billboard. I think these are the 6 key things that I want to focus on. If you guys have any suggestions down in the comments section, just leave them down there, so then I can come back and maybe we can give a shout out to the best idea that could be implemented into this server. Alright, so for now, I think that's a good bit of work. Alright, so I've gone ahead and I have implemented another walkway all the way down to the garden area. Now, I really like this because it's so simplistic and it's such an easy thing to do, but at the same time, it really does add a impact into the area. So if we come over here, we come up to our billboard area, we come down here, walk all the way around, we got a little home here in the wall, and we continue to walk down here and we have our garden area. Really nice, easy walkway, you know, we're not stepping on any of the leaves, and it just makes it a lot easier to get down here so I can quickly harvest all of my loot and quickly go into here, essentially. Now, another cool thing about this is that not only do I have access to my walkway, but I also have access to the potential mining area. Now, this is another thing that we can take on board. I have now started to think whether or not I want to turn this section here into my home and maybe this section here into the mining area. And I only say this now because of the fact that this just seems more like where you would want a mine, whereas over here potentially it gives it a bit of depth. You know, you've got coverage from the sky, you've got a couple of things here and there, but overall it's just going to make a really nice impact. Now, I don't know what's behind these walls, so it could be a disaster putting my home here, but I think it's going to be a good idea, so we're going to go with it. So I kind of want to look for the center of this area. I think we're safe to say that it's going to go here. I think this is where the door is going to be. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to time-lapse the rendition of how I would consider building this base. So stick around. Man, I love a good time lapse, don't you? Especially when ones like this come out. Now, you could probably tell by that time lapse, there's a couple of things that I kept questioning. Maybe I should have taken this whole build and put it into a creative build. However, I don't do that. I have to be honest, I do it on the fly, and I think that kind of shows the learning curve behind it all. And I have to clean up all this mess. Still haven't quite figured out why I can't place on these two land plots, so if anybody finds out, let me know. So yeah, I can't think for the life of me why I can't plant here yet. Seems really odd. So anyway, I think this kind of shows the progress that we're going to start making. Obviously, we've got nothing in the back here, so we're definitely going to have to work on that. But for the time being, I think the front of the building is going to look phenomenal. And I think that's going to kind of give us a set towards our end goal of finishing our home. We've already got the garden kind of already working towards, and we've already started working on the better lighting around this area, which we can also start to implement a couple of other things in here as well to help us out. Now, the ports around the base that we haven't worked towards, and we haven't really focused on anything else to do with the new mod, but we have an idea of where the mine shaft is going to be. So all in all, we've hit potentially 4 of our goals all in one episode, which I am really grateful for. And at least now it kind of makes us want to progress on to the next steps, and that is to physically finish off the home. Give ourselves a little bit of a storage area, give ourselves a bit of a kitchen area, etc. Get that working, and I think the interior should come along quite nicely. For now, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. If you did like the video, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.